Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and this is Cass in Hand, a platform for individuals and entrepreneurs who are looking to level up their personal finance, take charge of their income, build wealth and decrease their debt. So today we are talking about side businesses. Everyone is talking about it. A side business is basically a business you have on the side of your regular job that is able to generate you income. Over time, your side business could potentially become your main business if it generates enough income to cover your daily expenses, your monthly expenses and your yearly expenses. So today I'm about to give you 10 of them. Now these ones I'm about to give you, you can either start with no funds at all or you can start with as little as £1,000. Now, with most of us having spent time at home during this season, some of us have discovered skills and there are opportunities for us to allow our creative juices to flow through that could potentially earn us money that most of us have taken for granted. Now, once I'm done with this video, you would beat yourself and ask yourself why you didn't probably start this business earlier, because there's a ton of them that you could potentially get into. And sometimes we already have the skills and the requirements ready or inbuilt within us, but we just need to discover the avenues to be able to put them out there for people to be able to purchase the services for. Now, once you're able to grasp the value you're able to bring into people's life and the amount of money it could potentially make you on the side, you'll be happy you actually started it. So the first thing that I want to start with, which is quite easy and it's usually inbuilt and it's something that you have to have a passion for or the ability to do, is cleaning services. Now, I know a couple of people, even from church and, family friends who have started cleaning businesses that have thrived in that business as well. It's something that you could potentially start yourself and potentially also recruit other people to join you on your team and render the services to people. Now, the person that I know was able to do it from house to house for people who couldn't potentially work in their homes or clean their own homes, and from there, by word of mouth, it traveled and she was able to get 3 to 5 more people alongside herself who did it on a regular basis. Now, over time, it became their main source of income to the point that she was able to then register it as a business. Now, once it was registered, what she did was that she contacted agencies who were in charge of hostels and accommodations and shared accommodations as well. And what they did was that they offered her a contract aside what she was doing. She then got a contract where she was able to then hire more people on her team who service these apartments on a regular basis. And you could potentially charge £10 an hour, £50, however much you think your services are worth. And it's something that you can only do for yourself. It's not something that you need £1,000 or a couple of thousands to start. You can just start it right now if you choose to do it and if it's something that you have a passion for. The second area, which is quite important that I wanted to stress on, or the second business that you can start, is also providing education or even teaching kids or providing additional classes to students. Now, with the season that we are in, as usual, schools have closed down. And so parents have had to teach their own kids. Now, I know a couple of people who are university graduates who have specialized in English and maths and sciences and are providing these services for parents one-to-one in their own homes. Of course, they're observing the social distancing rule, but they're also providing knowledge to these kids who will then go back into school well equipped to take on the exams. Now, if you're anyone who can provide that service, I urge you to start sharing your skills as well. Go online, look for an avenue that you can be able to help students because they need that educational value as well. And also, I know of people who provide it online as well. You don't even have to meet them one-to-one, and you can earn potentially a lot of money, which is something that you should look into if it's something that you love doing, especially for teachers as well who are currently at home. I know this might be a break for you, but if you're worried about kids, not having the knowledge that they should be getting in the classroom, you could potentially set up some extra classes for them as well in your area that you could potentially help them and earn money from as well. Now, the third area that I wanted to touch was the hair and wig making business. Now, this is something that has been on for generations to generations. Especially lots of Black women like myself do it on the side to earn money alongside their normal jobs. And regardless of what sort of background you are, if you know how to take care of people's hair, know how to provide the potential skill that they need, have got any sort of training or skill in it, people would love you to obviously provide that service for them. Of course, most people can't go out at the moment, especially in the season that we're migrating again. And so if you're able to travel to their houses and provide them with these services, most people would love it. I myself just recently got my hair braided, and they charge obviously the minimum amount, which is also quite good because salon experiences come with, you know, extra costs that you probably didn't think you could pay. So make sure if you're someone who knows how to do these hairs, you potentially sell it out and make sure you put it into a potential business as well. Now, aside from the hair making, the wig business is picking up a lot of momentum, especially millennials who love to change their hairstyles every week. So if you're someone who can make wigs or have got a bit of knowledge in that area, you can start showing pictures to friends who can then recommend you along, or even share it on social media, because a lot of millennials are on there anyway. Just using the right hashtags and getting the right people to share and advertise for you, you'd get a lot of people calling you for to book your services. Now, another potential area that you could go into if you're someone who's quite handy around the house or is able to help with DIY stuff is the task outsourcing business, which is where you're able to provide your service through TaskRabbit or AirTasker. Now, this is for people who need help with mowing their lawns, need help with putting the furniture together, need help with painting their houses, or doing just manual works that people usually do but maybe an older person could not do, or someone is not able to do at the moment. So if you're able to do all of those things, I believe you can sell your services on these places that I've mentioned. I would also leave links in the description box so that you're able to check out how you can set up a profile and get people asking for your services. Another amazing avenue for you to earn extra money on the side without you having to potentially put a lot of capital into is the cab service or the Uber driving services. Apps like Lyft, Uber, and a lot more that are coming up are able to give you the avenue for you to sell out on these platforms as well. Now, if you're someone who already drives, have experience with driving for, the requirement that is needed, and you're, secured in yourself, you have good communication skills to be able to pick up customers and drop them wherever they're going without, getting offended in any way, then this could be an avenue for you to also get into. I know someone who does that on the side and generates a lot of money just to support the family as well. So whatever work you do, regardless of your 9 to 5, if you want that extra income, you are able to potentially work 3 to 4 hours after your work and get a bit of money as well on the side. This is something that you don't need to buy a car to do. If you're someone who already drives, it's easy to just jump onto it and register and get it going. Another potential avenue for a side business that I discovered or have discovered in this season is the delivery services. Now, delivery services have picked up a lot because everyone's shopping from their phones, from their laptops, right at the comfort of their homes. Both grocery shops, both clothing shops, mostly all shops are now going online and virtual. So if you're someone who can pick up a couple of shifts with the delivery services, whether it's DPD or DHL or even it's Royal Mail, whatever it is that you can do pick that as well. If you're someone who drives or cycles, then it's easy because you've got your ride already and you can just potentially start delivering it. Now, I have a lovely lady who delivers, who has been delivering my ASOS orders during this season. Her name is Rose. I spoke to her and when I was asking her that, oh, you don't drive the usual cars that I see, you're just driving your own private car and you deliver it. And she was telling me about how she's a mother of 3 and she's unable to return back to work because she wants to be there for the kids. And so when the kids go to school, that is when she's able to then pick up that slot and then deliver the things around the community, which is the same area that she lives in. And then she just goes and grabs it and then starts delivering it, and once it's done she clocks out and then she's able to go pick up her kids. And it's such a lovely idea, especially for people who want to work at their own pace or on their own time or make their own hours. You're able to choose as well, deliver Amazon parcels, anything at all. Now, another area that is also picking up momentum or gearing up as well is the meal prepping or the catering sector as well. If you're someone who loves to cook, who has a passion for cooking or making meals, this is an area that you could potentially also sell services for as well. I know obviously with the precaution with regards to the virus, people might be, a bit hesitant to buy food from the outside, but there are also people who do not know how to cook and being stuck at home, not having or not being able to go out there to eat. They might, have been tired of the Uber Eats and the stuff that they order, and so they might want a bit of home cooked meal as well. So if you're someone who can do that, it's good to share yourself following the precautionary measures, of course, and making sure that they are registered to do it as well. So that could potentially maybe cost a few pounds to get started because you need to get the right certification and the right confirmation to ensure that you're following the right procedures and protocols to do it. But once you get that, and once you're able to get into that, I believe it's an amazing area to go into for intimate ceremonies like, christenings or parties, birthdays. And also, once you're able to pick up that, you're able to diversify as well into maybe vegan stuff, gluten-free stuff, going into vegetarian stuff, all of those things that people potentially want now, keto dieting, which is now popular. People want that as well. As usual, you can sell it on a lot of platforms that I would link below in the description box, so please check it out as well. But Instagram is a great area if you're someone who already has a following on Facebook or Instagram. Just start showing pictures of meals that you've cooked, batch make meals, take them in good light and share them. If you never know, your cousin might want a few meals cooked for themselves at home and they might just contact you. Another amazing area that a lot of millennials are also picking up or could potentially get money from at the comfort of their own home is the thrifting shops or secondhand clothing shop. Depop and other apps provide the avenue for that. So these are areas that you can sell, or places that you can sell, that people can buy it off of you and make the environment more greener. It's an amazing way that people can buy expensive things from you at a discount. This is a great way, especially for us millennials who love to shop. Sometimes you might buy something and you can't even fit in it anymore, or it's too small, or it's too big, and you've missed the returns time. Now, I know a friend who had a huge following, and she started selling baby clothes as well. So you're not limited by what you could sell. It could be baby, men, boys, women, any sort of clothing at all. You could potentially sell it, and not just on these apps. eBay provides a great avenue for you to be able to sell on there as well as Amazon as well. Obviously, making sure that you're in good condition and you're not worn out or dirty or torn or anything. But yeah, these are areas that you could potentially sell as well. Another great side business that you could potentially start if you're someone who's into fitness or into a lot of workout, kickboxing. A lot of people have been in need of personal trainers, especially in this season where gyms were closed. A lot of people wanted to work out, and they understood the importance of having that one-to-one connection with someone who is just looking at you and ensuring that you're doing the right training. I know most of us register for the gym and never ever go, myself included. I hardly ever go. I end up cancelling and registering again, and I've decided not to do that again. But what I did was that I got myself a personal trainer, a couple of months ago. I don't have him anymore, but he was amazing. He would come to my house. There's a park near us where we would go, and I would work out for a couple of minutes to an hour, and he charges based on the hour we spend. And he's just focused with me, giving me the motivation, the right skill, the right training to ensure that I'm doing what I need to be doing to ensure that my health is kept properly. Now, obviously, if you're someone who loves that, I think you can pick up a camera, start filming yourself, speak to a couple of your friends who may need help in the training areas, or speak to a couple of your, people on your email list, a couple of people who follow you, reach into the DMs, ask them if they would like a personal trainer. Maybe start at a lower price, get, a few feedback, post them online, and then get other people to then call on you to ask for these services. And there are a lot of places that you can post your services for these. Most gyms have a lot of unions that you can find online that you can register your service as well. And not just that, you could start creating videos that you could post on social media, potentially even get on YouTube and start sharing these clips for people who might want to lose weight in a certain area that or have expertise in. The last, but certainly not the least, area that I wanted to, put a bit of focus on is the Amazon fulfillment business. I was discussing with a friend and we were looking into it, and it's something that you need to have a bit of capital for. So maybe you could start with 1,000, as I said earlier on, and what you could do is make sure you found a manufacturer of a certain product that offers it at a discounted rate, or you can bulk buy it and then ship it to an Amazon fulfillment center where people can then buy it off of Amazon and be shipped to it directly to them, and you wouldn't have to even move a muscle to go get the item or post it or do all of that, because Amazon offers that for you anyway. Obviously, you need to make sure that the item that you're going to sell to people is in season, or it's in demand, or it's something that people would love to buy. And once you pick up on that and get your manufacturers and wholesalers on board, I believe you would potentially make a lot of money. You can invest money into also making ads on Amazon as well as on online, where people can then be directed to the store on Amazon front to then buy it, regardless of what you want to sell. It could be stationery, it could be hair, it could be clothing, it could be anything. So these are 10 areas that I've given you that you could potentially start with either £0 to £1,000 that would generate you money in a few months. If you're someone who has a passion for it, has the skill and the ability to do it, I think it's time you pick it up and do it on the side, and could potentially turn into a big business as well. You never know what the future holds. Fortune favors the brave. So make sure you're brave enough to put yourself out there and sell out and see what the next year could potentially earn you, or the next year could potentially hold for you in the long run. Now, you don't need to be an expert to start any of these. Just have the right skill, the right attitude, and be willing to learn on the job as well, and see how this area will go for you. Now, next week's video is going to be really amazing, because I'll be telling you about how people make money online. So all of these things that I've mentioned, I'll be telling you about how they actually make money, the step-by-steps that they do to make the money. So you don't want to miss that out. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. And whilst you're waiting, please check these last 2 videos out, and make sure you share this video with friends and family. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.